Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Dr. Markan Sekia's talk on national affairs. Today we'll be discussing a very important issue that is related to cancer, which is known as one of the most dreaded diseases in the world. In common parlance, it is known as an incurable disease, but it is not so. If you detect it early, you can prevent it. You can live longer as well as like a very normal human being. On this particular day, 7th November, all over India, we celebrate awareness about cancer. But why do we celebrate this day, right? And what is the reason behind? What is the history behind? How we can identify it, right? And what are the current cases of cancer in India? Let's have a look at the whole thing, right? First, why to celebrate this day? National Cancer Awareness Day is celebrated every year in India on November 7. I mean today. The main objective of this celebration is to spread the awareness about the dreaded disease, how we can diagnose beforehand, and start the treatment. Its aim is also to avoid leading cancer causing lifestyles. Our lifestyle has changed a lot. With globalization, we have seen massive changes in our lifestyle. So we need to stop that kind of a lifestyle which might lead to cancer. The current National Cancer Awareness Day was first announced by the Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan, in September 2014. It is one of the many key initiatives announced by the Narendra Modi government that came to power for the first time in May 2014. The government has formed a panel, and November 7 was given a date to early recognition of the disease. The intention is to inform and teach the majority about cancer, its treatment, and the way that early action can help cure the disease. Also, an early detection can further develop survival chances because if you detect early, survival can be, longer. Way back in 1975, during the time of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, the National Cancer Control Program was initiated. Then, the aim of the program was to provide treatment of cancer all across India. Now, the next question is that why it is observed on November 7, not in any other day, right? This date, that is November 7, was chosen to coincide with the birth anniversary of Madame Marie Curie, the Nobel laureate who discovered radium and polonium and pioneered the advanced research in the field of radioactivity. Her contribution to battling cancer is well known and record breaking. She discovered that uranium rays remained constant no matter the condition or form of the uranium. She also coined the word radioactivity to describe this phenomenon. She won the 1911 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the discovery of the elements polonium and radium, employing or using techniques she invented for separating radioactive isotopes. She became the first woman to win the Nobel Prize and also the first woman to become a professor at the University of Paris. She was born on November 7, 1867 in Warsaw, the capital of the Kingdom of Poland, then under the Russian Empire. She was the first woman to win the Nobel Prize twice, and she shared the first prize, Nobel Prize, with her husband, Pierre Curie. They also became the first married couple to win the Nobel Prize. Right. Now, she died in July 4, 1934, at the age of 66, suffering from aplastic anemia. It was believed that her long exposure to radioactive elements led to her death. Her full name was Maria Salomia Sklodowska-Curie, but she was generally known as Marie Curie. She was originally from Poland, but later became a naturalized citizen of France, and she got settled down in France. Now, what is the definition of cancer? We'll go back to World Health Organization, what it says. Cancer is a generic term for a large group of diseases that can affect any part of the body. Other terms used are malignant tumors and neoplasms. One defining feature or character of cancer is the rapid creation of abnormal cells that grow beyond their usual boundaries and which can then invade adjoining parts of the body and spread to other organs. The latter process is referred to as metastasis. Widespread metastases are the primary cause of death from cancer. That is what WHO says. Now, if we look at the key facts given by WHO, we find that cancer is a leading cause of death worldwide, accounting for nearly 10 million deaths in 2020, or nearly 1 in 6 deaths. The most common cancers are breast, lung, colon, and rectum and prostate cancers. Around 1/3 of deaths from cancer are due to tobacco use, high body mass index, alcohol consumption, low fruit and vegetable intake, and lack of physical activity. Cancer-causing infections such as human papillomavirus, HPV, and hepatitis are responsible for approximately 30% of cancer cases in low and lower middle income countries. Many cancers can be cured if detected early and treated effectively. Now, how dangerous it is? Let's have a look. Cancer is the leading cause of death, as I said, worldwide, accounting for nearly 10 million deaths in 2020. The most common in 2020 in terms of new cases of cancer were breast cancer, 2.26 million cases, lung cancer, 2.21 million cases, colon and rectum cancer, 1.93 million cases, prostate cancer, 1.41 million cases, skin cancer, non-melanoma, that is 1.2 million cases, and stomach cancer, 1.09 million cases. The most common causes of cancer death in 2020 were lung cancer, 1.80 million deaths, colon and rectum, 916,000 deaths, liver cancer, 830,000 deaths, stomach cancer, 769,000 deaths, and breast cancer, 685,000 deaths. Each year, approximately 4 lakh children develop cancer. The most common cancers vary between countries. Cervical cancer is the most common in 23 countries all over the world. Now, the question is how to prevent it, how to stop it. First of all, not using tobacco, maintaining a very healthy body weight. Next, eating a healthy diet, including fruit and vegetables, doing physical activity on a regular basis, avoiding or reducing consumption of alcohol, getting vaccinated against HPV and hepatitis B if you belong to a group for which vaccination is recommended, avoiding ultraviolet radiation exposure, which primarily results from exposure to the sun and artificial tanning devices, and or using sun protection measures, ensuring safe and appropriate use of radiation in healthcare for diagnostic and therapeutic purposes, minimizing occupational exposure to ionizing radiation, and finally, reducing exposure to outdoor air pollution and indoor air pollution, including radon, a radioactive gas produced from the natural decay of uranium, which can accumulate in buildings, homes, schools, and workplaces all over the world. Now, what are the main causes of these diseases? Cancer arises from the transformation of normal cells into tumor cells in a multi-stage process that generally progresses from a precancerous lesion to a malignant tumor. These changes are the result of the interaction between a person's genetic factors and three categories of external agents, including physical carcinogens such as ultraviolet and ionizing radiation, chemical carcinogens such as asbestos, components of tobacco, smoke, alcohol, aflatoxin, a food contaminant, and arsenic, a drinking water contaminant, and biological carcinogens such as infections from certain viruses, bacteria, or parasites. WHO, that is World Health Organization, through its Cancer Research Agency, the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, maintains a classification of cancer-causing agents. The incidence of cancer rises dramatically with age, most likely due to buildup of risk for specific cancers that increase with age. The overall risk accumulation is combined with the tendency for cellular repair mechanisms to be less effective when a person grows older. Now, status of cancer cases in India. Have a look. According to latest reports, nearly 1.1 million people register with cancer every year. Out of these cases, two-thirds of them are reported at an advanced stage. Tobacco is the main cause of about 14 types of cancers, mostly lung cancer. Breast cancer cases are on the rise in India. From being fourth in the list of cancer cases in India in the 1990s, today breast cancer has become the first among women in India. The primary reason behind cancer in India is found to be illiteracy and lack of awareness. People are not aware about the disease, right? According to a report prepared by the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, and National Center for Disease Informatics and Research, 7.9% cancer cases are reported among children in India. Every year, cancer causes deaths to nearly 8 lakh people in India. According to WHO, cancer is the second leading cause of deaths worldwide, accounting for about 10 million deaths in the year 2020. Now, if we look at the future predictions. What is happening? In 2020, 14 lakh new cancer cases were reported annually in India. It is estimated that this will rise up to 20 lakh cases by 2040 in India. Common types of cancer for man are lung cancer 10.4%, lip and oral cavity cancer 9.6%, and pharynx and nasopharynx cancer 9.1%. Common types of cancer for women: breast cancer cases 16.8%, cervical cancer 10.8%, and stomach cancer 9%. But unlike the Western countries or the BRICS nations like Russia and South Africa, India has not experienced a very high growth of cancer cases as yet. Now, friends, Mizoram, one small state of Northeast India, has recorded the highest cancer cases in India this year. According to a latest report published by the Lancet Regional Health Southeast Asia, which examines 18 years of cancer trends in India from 2003 to 2020, found that Mizoram records the highest cancer cases in the country. Some says Mizoram is the cancer capital of India. There has been a consistent rise in death rates in the state. Two cancers are prevalent in the state: stomach cancer among men and lung cancer among women. The study indicates that death in cancer in Mizoram is rising because of lack of specialized diagnostic centers, skilled human resources, transportation hurdles, etc. Another worrisome fact is that Aizawl, the capital city of the state, has the highest cancer cases among men. Now, friends, let's see what kind of treatment there is available today for cancer. A correct cancer diagnosis is essential for appropriate and effective treatment because every cancer type requires a specific treatment regimen. Treatment usually includes surgery, radiotherapy, and/or systemic therapy, that is chemotherapy, hormonal treatments, targeted biological therapies, etc. Proper selection of a treatment regime takes into consideration both the cancer and the individual being treated, because it varies person to person. Completion of the treatment protocol in a defined period of time is very important to achieve the predicted therapeutic result, because it's very important to treat within a particular period of time. Otherwise, it's very dangerous for the victim. Now, next is palliative care. What is it? It is treatment to relieve rather than cure symptoms and suffering caused by cancer, and to improve the quality of life of patients and their families. This care can help people live more comfortably. It is particularly needed in places with a high proportion of patients in advanced stages of cancer, where there is little chances of cure. Relief from physical, psychological, and spiritual problems through palliative care is possible for more than 90% of patients with advanced stages of cancer. Effective public health strategies comprising community and home-based care are essential to provide pain relief and palliative care for patients and their families. So friends, after getting this information in one basket, I must tell you that nothing to worry about this disease. That is where I am saying cancer is dangerous and deadly, but an early detection and prevention can save one's life. So, the bottom line is that on this particular day, National Cancer Awareness Day, we all must resolve to spread the awareness about the disease. We have in India across lots of treatment centers now available, right? And most of them are government run hospitals and health centers. So the best way to prevent and protect us from this deadly disease is to, you know, go for an early detection once we see the symptoms, right? So today research and development has gone to an advanced stage. Nothing to worry because our research and scientific solutions have given us cure for everything. So friends, don't worry. If you find it interesting, kindly share with your friends and relatives. On this particular day, it is our responsibility to share the information for, spreading it to as many people as it is possible to prevent this deadly disease. Thank you, friends, for watching me. I'll again get back to you with interesting topics. Thank you once again, and bye bye.